Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Crow Show. I got a bunch of stuff I want to cover, so we'll just jump right into pickups, which is what I normally start out with. Only picked up one thing this week, and I literally had just picked it up. That is Mario Party 9 for the Wii. Now, I actually picked this up because my wife is really into the Mario Party games. In fact, this is her birthday gift, but we're going to play it anyway, even though her birthday's not for another month. Got plenty of other games coming out, too, that might get her, like an El Kid Icarus and possibly Silent Hill game. Did get some other stuff here and there. But really, I really haven't been, going out and buying stuff. I do have a bit of an eBay store. I did buy a couple of games on eBay. I was thinking to myself, it's been a long time since I've actually bought any Neo Geo games, like for the AES on eBay. I mean, literally, it's been since before we moved. And, I have this thing on eBay where I have a save search, and I actually just recreated a new one that was only looking for Neo Geo AES games that were located in the U.S. And every morning, I get an email from eBay saying, here's the new listings. Well, a couple of them caught my eye. And I did actually win these auctions. So coming up, I should be getting King of the Fighters 95. Now, why King of the Fighters 95? Well, it kind of stuck out to me because I have King of the Fighters 94 and I have King of the Fighters 96. So, to me, that's filling in the gap. I actually got that for a halfway decent price. What caught my eye on it was that there weren't that many bids on it, and the bidding was up to $30 on it. So I was like, okay, well, I'll start bidding on it. And I actually wound up, it was funny, I was kind of watching it on my phone while I was at work. And the auction should have ended after I left work. But this was at the end of the day, Friday, and all hell broke loose. And I was like busy in all these meetings trying to solve this problem that came up. And happened to look at my phone like during one of the meetings, one of the conference calls I was on. And I was like, oh crap, this thing's ending in like 6 minutes, and I'm trying to bid on my phone while in this meeting. And I wound up bidding like, I always bid like a weird number. I don't bid even numbers. I wound up bidding like $65.99 for it, and I wound up winning it for like $64.99. So I was kind of glad that happened. The other game was by the same seller. It was Ninja Combat, and it stayed at like $20 for the longest time. And so, I kind of wanted to get that one too, so I could hopefully, just get them packaged together and save on shipping, even though shipping was only $4 for each of them. That was another thing that caught my eye. It wasn't really outrageous shipping. But I wound up paying around $40 for that one, which was about like $10 too much, and I wanted to spend on it. But I just kind of was like, I kind of want this game. It's kind of one of those side-scrolling beat-em-ups on the Neo Geo that I never really played. But, I guess I have played it at one point or another, with MAME and everything. I guess I could have, like, downloaded them, but it's not really the same thing as having the cartridge. I think having the cartridge is cool. So, especially Neo Geo cartridges, those things are humongous. So, yeah, there's that. I've been playing a bunch of games recently. I was going to prepare for this, so I'm going to do a jump cut right now. All right, I'm back, and I got what I wanted up on the screen here. If you remember last week, I showed you Hot Shots Golf on the Vita, where I was in the top 2% of everybody, I guess, playing the game. What a difference a week makes. I've had some great rounds in this, and if you look at that, let's see, get up there. I am in the top 0.7% now. So, addicted to this game. Been playing it every day. Kind of what I want to show off. I also played Touch My Katamari, and I actually beat that game and played every level of it. And ultimately, I'd say it's kind of disappointing for a new Katamari game. I mean, there really weren't that many levels. I mean, there were like way more a variety of levels in We Love Katamari on the PS2 than there are in this game. But I've yet to go back and replay those levels. I just kind of flew through it, so there may be more to it, I'm hoping. I know, instead of just instantly unlocking things, you get candy, and that's more of the currency to buy things in the game. And I haven't actually bought anything in the game. I just kind of flew through it, played all the levels. Kind of after all the last levels in some of the more recent games, I'd say the last level in this one is kind of disappointing. It's really weird. It's not like anything like rolling up, planets or anything. It's nothing on that grand of a scale. And that was something I thought was really cool, and like the PS3 version and the Xbox 360 version. I play those, and even we love Katamari, and the PS2 had a much grander scale for the final level than this one does. So kind of disappointed in that, unless there's some kind of hidden levels or something that I just haven't seen yet. Or possibly it's going to be DLC. I don't know. It doesn't... I don't really know if I'm going to be buying DLC for Touch My Katamari, but we'll see. Also, been playing... well, I've been... if you've been seeing the Crow Plays videos been putting up, I've been playing the Williams Challenge on Pinball Hall of Fame. Now, after I did that, some of those tables, especially Medieval Madness, which I have not posted yet, I was very, very disappointed in the score I got in Medieval Madness. So I went back in that game on the Xbox 360 and started replaying that again and again, trying to relearn that table. And I managed to get a nice score of 112 million. And I was like, finally, that's my highest score. I'm going to get off of that. And so I played it for a couple days, just Medieval Madness and a couple other tables, just because I was really disappointed the way they turned out in that video. I'm not going to spoil anything else upcoming. I think that video is actually going to be next week, but I did really bad. That's all I'm going to say. Also, I've been playing... Once I got the Vita, I just completely had stopped playing Uncharted 2, but I finally got back into that, played another chapter of that. I don't even think I'm halfway through that game, but I just keep getting interrupted with other stuff, Hot Shots Golf has got to take priority over that, just because I'm in that tournament thing, the daily tournament. That's pretty fun to play. Try and unlock everything in that one. It's gonna take a while. Also, there's another game on the Wii, and if I can find it really quick. All right, I found it. It's a game I really haven't talked about before, and I've been playing it every so often, but it's this one. It's Fortune Street on the Wii. We actually picked this one up some time ago, but me and my wife were actually kind of addicted to this game. It's kind of like a cross between Mario Party and Monopoly. It's got all these... It's more akin to Monopoly than Mario Party, but... you go around the board, you buy properties, but it's got this added thing with investing in stocks and properties and stuff. There are a couple mini games, but they're not really action orientated. Actually, I think there's only 3 mini games, and it's just pick cards and this happens, and you collect all the symbols, return to the bank, get promoted, get paid, kind of like pass and go. Lots of tables, or different boards, different paths to take, so it's like Mario Party in that respect. Funny thing about this is that this game has actually been out in Japan for a long time. There's been many different versions of this. I think this is like the 10th version in Japan. It's called like Idaku Street or something like that. I can't remember. I forgot what meant to look it up, but I didn't. It's been out in Japan as far back as the Famicom, and it's by Square Enix. So this game has like Mario characters mixed with Dragon Quest characters, but like they have different other mixes. I think the original one was just ordinary characters, but I know they've had like Dragon Quest characters mixed with Final Fantasy characters and other versions. It's been on just about every system, like the Famicom, Super Famicom. I know it's been on like the PlayStation 2. I think probably even like the GameCube and all that. So it's kind of interesting that this game finally came out here. The only bad thing about this game is there's a lot to unlock. However, you can only unlock it if you play it in single player, which I never play because I play with my wife. That's multiplayer. You can't unlock anything that way. And that's pretty stupid. So there's all these boards and characters that I don't think we're ever going to unlock because I'm not going to sit at my TV and play this by myself. when I got other games I could play. But what would be cool is if they could make this a portable game and have this like on the 3DS or the Vita or something. That would be actually pretty cool to have, a portable version of this. I know they've had it on the PSP in Japan, but it's not like I could import that. I don't think I'd be able to understand what's going on with the Japanese text. And then, yeah, I think that's pretty much everything I've been playing recently. Yesterday, if you know, I had my pinball machine apart, and I had a broken Astra Cade. I've made a little bit of progress on both of those. Actually, the pinball machine, the Briarwood Rodeo, has been almost completely fixed. I fixed everything in the table there was. The bumpers work, the flippers work, everything works. There's one problem with that thing, and it's really weird. The scoring doesn't work right. There are targets on the board that are worth 100 points, and there are targets that are worth 1,000 points. The 1,000-point targets work fine. You get 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. It adds correctly. However, the 100-point targets, here's the problem. You get a 100-point target, 100 points, another 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, and then when you hit another 100-point target, it goes back down to 0. Now, it doesn't reset the score. It just resets it from the hundreds on. So if you had, 1,000 points and you get 7, 100-point targets, you have 1,700 points. But if you hit another 100-point target, it goes to 1,000 points again. You lose 700 points. So it's really weird. I didn't even know if it was happening when I originally got the machine. So maybe something just in this wires, something, I don't know. I really haven't looked into it. And what was funny was I put up a tweet that said, I put the machine back together and there's this problem, but I may have accidentally left the screwdriver in the pinball machine too. But when I was cleaning up, I found that screwdriver, so that is not in the machine. And it's really tough to take that machine apart because you have to take apart like 6 screws in order to actually lift up the board, because it's not like a standard pinball machine at all. It's put together very differently. So yeah, and then the Astra Cade, I had hooked it up, and it powers onto a black screen. And I looked that up, and I kind of swapped certain things like the power supplies and everything, and I kind of looked it up. And the black screen, that could be caused by almost anything. So the odds of me fixing it, if I do fix it, it's going to be completely by chance. I might take both of them apart, swap some pieces, and see what happens. But the interesting thing about that Astra Cade I bought off of eBay, somebody had already worked on it, and I can tell because when I opened it up, it didn't have all the RF shielding in it that the original one did. And also, somebody had jumpered a wire from one point on the board to a capacitor. So the board had been, looked like it had been broken in the past, and somebody had done something to fix it, and now something else has gone wrong with it. So, I don't know. Might be able to fix it, I might not. I don't know. When I get some time again, I'm bored one Saturday again, I might pull them apart again and swap some components and see what happens. But other than that, I don't think I'll be able to fix it. Next thing, I guess this boils down to the Vita, and maybe J-Boy Pac-Man's tag video that he did, where he saw how excited I was for the Vita, and I would always be talking about it before it came out. And he had a tag that said, what was something you were really excited about coming out. And a YouTuber by the name of Chris198921 had sent me a message. I think he even posted a comment about, why don't you put a section in your show about games you're excited about coming out, you're looking forward to coming out. And I said, you know what, I do that. But at the time I said that, there's really nothing I'm looking forward to coming out right now that I'm really, really excited for. Until last night, I saw a video for the Pinball Arcade. And if you know, I've shown that on my phone before. It's out for the iOS and Android devices. The Pinball Arcade, there's 4 tables available. Ripley's Believe It or Not, Tales of the Arabian Nights, Black Hole, and Theater of Magic. Those tables are available on the phone, but I'm still waiting for the thing to come out on the PS3 and the Vita, because and that's another thing. If it comes out on the PS3 and the Vita. I wonder if I'll have to buy the tables twice, one for each of them, or I could buy it once and play it on both. I hope I could play it on both, because I don't know if I really want to buy each table twice. But there was a video from the makers of the game they put on YouTube, and I'm going to put a link to that video in the description. And that is 2 more tables that they've announced for it. It's going to be like their first 2 DLC tables or something. And it's kind of funny if you look at the comments of the video. Some of these people are mad because, you know what, they're announcing DLC already, and the game's not even on the systems that they have they're waiting for. But the first one is Medieval Madness, and it looks completely different than the Xbox 360 version, at least. Well, most of the other versions. The table's a lot darker. The lighting effects look a lot better. It looks more like you're actually playing the pinball machine. And they got the castle being destroyed looking a lot better. But another big one, the first, and this is the one that made me jump out of my seat literally, was The Machine, Bride of Pinball, one of my favorite machines they announced, and they have some footage of it. So I thought that looked really cool, and I'm looking forward to that. Probably get it on my phone and whatever, probably like a PS3 or something like that, so I could play it on my TV and hear all the sounds and everything really good. And I'll probably do Crow Plays videos of those games when they come out, because I'm really looking forward to them. But yeah, onto like another topic that I've been seeing lately, and that's a lot of people complaining about, specifically changes in YouTube, but more specifically changes to the channels. Everybody's been forced to this new channel design, and everybody hates it. Well, that's not true. Everybody doesn't hate it, because I happen to like it. I like the new changes to the channel, and I know I'm not the only one, but it seems like I'm in the vast minority of people that like the changes. And what I had hoped to do was have my laptop set up with Fraps, so I could kind of talk through some of the changes and why, some of these I like and why some of them, still aren't fixed. There are things that are in the channels that don't work, but they never fixed. And, I was going to go through that. I was going to have Fraps, and I was going to run it and kind of do a split screen thing here. But I couldn't get Fraps to work on my laptop. So what I'm going to do is cut the video here and kind of do a Fraps thing on my regular computer and kind of talk about what I like about the new channel designs, and why, what's gone and changes that people don't like, and why I don't think it's that big of a deal. So we're gonna cut that video now. Alright, here we are, and I think this is a good place to start, is my channel in particular. So, I haven't really come up with a list of things, but the first thing is a lot of people are complaining about is that the channels, you can't color customize them, and you can't adjust the transparency. But I kind of like the fact that you can't do that anymore, because there were a lot of channels that I would go to, and the color scheme would be it wouldn't look good, and you'd have the transparencies, and they'd have the background image, and I wouldn't be able to read anything on the page. And I think it's better this way, because I can tell where everything is. I mean, you could change the layout of this. A lot of people are saying there's no customizability, but you have the ability to customize things, between different ways. And one of the things I didn't mention, and I should mention this, is that back when we could originally start testing this out with the Cosmic Panda stuff, I tried that for a couple days, and I did not like it at all, and I went back to the old channel design. But when it came back again and they said, oh, this is what it's going to be, new channel design, I started messing around with it, and I do like it. I mean, one of the things I don't like is that it automatically truncates your channel description here. But what I do like is the fact that you can have links here. I get a lot more links here, and I've only have 2. Here's my Twitter link. If I wanted to, I get my Facebook link here. This is a link to my channel promo video. Also, an external link to my game collection. So if I click on this, and that's another thing, is I got this. This is now available for free to me now, because I have I had purchased the Pro version on my computer. So if you wanted to see my game collection, you know what? It's right here, the link to it externally. And this is actually, okay, it is up to date, somewhat, 27,000. I actually have 28,000, but some of the stuff won't link over because it's very picky about what is that, the systems. If it's not listed, as they want them, it doesn't show up, I think. Anyway, that's a moot point. Anyway, it doesn't have anything to do with what I'm talking about here. But yeah, I don't like the fact that it's automatically truncated. It should give you the option. Even if this is expanded all the way out, it doesn't go down to the bottom of the page. What people are complaining about are the comments aren't on this page anymore. We'll get to comments. They are around still, but I never really was. I'll save that for later. I do like that I could have my feature video here, and I just have it set to whatever the last video is. I could have, better reason to have playlists now, because I can have playlists to make it easier for people to see certain things. Like, here's all my Crow Plays videos in a playlist, all the Crow Show videos in a playlist, all my reviews in a playlist. And the one thing I like doing is, other people's videos. You have the video game channel promos, so there's 5 of them that I know of. All 5 of them are in this playlist. So, I was thinking, if people were interested in other video game channels and people have made a promo, here's a good place to look. And then you can see all the videos I uploaded, which is available in another spot, and then, all the videos I favorited, and I think I could take these out if I wanted to, but I left them in. View all is another option. Okay, these are all my videos. That just takes me to another tab, but I'll get to there later. Channels to check out. They had this in the past, but they've expanded it. I think you can only have 12, but now I can have up to 16 listed here. I believe it's 16. And I very rarely change these around. I guess I'm just too lazy. But then I could have another channel list here. And I don't know if there's a limit on this or not. I think it could be another 16. But I've just listed out the other channel that I have here in case people are interested. It's just video game content with no commentary. So that's why I'm keeping that separate from everything on this channel. Feed is, this is one thing that, a lot of people like. It would be nice if you had the option to show this or not. I know some people aren't interested in anybody just clicking on this and being able to see anything that they viewed or done in the past. But this is where the channel comments went, activity comments. So these are all the comments on my channel. Now here is the big problem with channel comments, and this is why they should either fix this feature or get rid of commenting on channels altogether. I cannot respond to any of these comments unless I go to their channel or send them a PM. It makes no sense. Last comment, thank you for subscribing to my channel, Mr. Crow. Been watching, and so why can't I respond to this comment? I can't. And it's another thing that's broken with YouTube's inbox in general, is when you PM somebody and you PM them back, there's no you can't relate. Is like, what if they didn't reply for a couple days? You don't know what message you're replying to. Or what if you've been going back and forth for a while? You don't know where that conversation has come from. So that's something they need to work on. Also, the fact that channel comments, when I go into my inbox and see all my channel comments, when I click on it, it doesn't, and go to the channel and come back, it doesn't actually mark it as read. It's a really weird error, and it's something I thought they would have had fixed by now, but it's not fixed. Again, here's my channels that check. And again, what's with this more button? It should all just be listed to begin with. It's not that many more. But then here's another thing I like is videos. You just click on this, and it's a very nice list of all the videos that I've posted. And this is something when I go to a brand new channel, or I go to somebody's channel looking for a video, this is what I go to, videos. And I like the way it's listed out. I like how you got nice big screens from that. And here you got the playlists, again, uploaded videos. So like if I wanted to see any video I did on, let's say, Pinbot, I could type in Pinbot. Oops, I typed that in wrong, so I'm not going to find anything. Pinbot, and I should have, yes, 2 videos. The one from the Pinball Hall of Fame and one from the NES. So, if somebody did like a series like Metal Gear or something like that, and they did a Let's Play, that's a good way for me to go there and select it. And just going back here, another thing that I know people are complaining about is the fact that the subs, the list of your subs and the list of your friends are no longer listed on this page, and that was something I also couldn't figure out the point of. Of course, it was kind of interesting. You know, it would be better if they gave you the choice of either, you know, having your sub list on here or not. But in the long run, it really doesn't matter, because if you have like a lot of subs, you know, the thing is that they never organized it. There was no way to sort your sub list. It was all just randomly. It didn't even seem like it put them in there in the order in which they subscribed. It was just a big mess. And so was the friends list. The friends list was just a big mess. You couldn't really find anybody or search anybody in that list. And rather than choose to fix it, they just got rid of it. And so yeah, I guess some people could be mad about that, but I'm really not upset about that at all. So, and there are other things that need fixing. I just can't think of it. Let's go to like somebody else's channel. Let's go to and here's something I just looked up recently. Let's go to Intellivision, dude. Did I spell that right? Yeah, here we go. Here's Intellivision Dude channel. It's going right to the feed, which I don't know if you could set that up. You could decide which page people can go to automatically. But again, if I were going to his channel and I was interested, this is what I was doing. I had to look up Continuing Adventures of Giraffe Clock. So here's his playlist right here. See his videos that he's put up recently. And, you know, it's like, oh yeah, I know it was a video he did recently, and I could go here, I could search for something, because I know he's done lots of Burger Time videos, so, and I know you could do this in the old layout too, but I think it just looks better here, and ultimately, I think that's what I like. It looks better, to me, it does. There's no customization, but because of that, it looks better. I could read it, it's easier to read, and that's why I think I like this a little bit better. So, yeah, here's all Intellivision Dudes of videos on Burger Time. Wow. He might like Burger Time more than I do. In fact, I know he probably does. So yeah, I mean, I just wanted to throw my 2 cents in there, because I've been seeing so many videos put out there bashing this new channel layout change, and I like it. You know what? It's grown on me. I didn't like it at first, but giving it a second shot, I really did like it, and that's just something. And that's just something I had to, you know, say, because nobody's really coming out and saying, hey, I like this. It's all, hey, this sucks, YouTube sucks, you're all selling out to Google, you know, it's Google now, Google doesn't care about us. And I just they may not care about us, but I think this looks a little bit better than the old layout, because the old layout, you had the little tiny box and you were forced to have that big giant channel. Well, and I guess they did have another page for that though too, but this to me looks better. So people are going to continue to complain, but I'm not. I'm perfectly satisfied with this. So, yeah, let's continue on with the original video. I don't know how much I rambled on about this, but back to the video. All right, and we're back from that, and the only thing left to do is a shout-out. And this shout-out, I think, is the, let's see, Intellivision Dude, Retro Gamer VX, Mark Vahir. He's the 4th person to have the giraffe clock, and that is Maximum RD. Maximum RD is a, you know, somewhat, I'd say he's a somewhat popular YouTuber. I mean, a lot of people like watching his channel, and does like he doesn't really necessarily do gameplay videos, but he does a lot of you know talking about games and hardwares and stuff that he looks just his opinions on things. He's also got his own Facebook fan page for video games, and Mystery Science Theater 3000 and horror movies, I guess. I think there's a couple other ones in there, but I'm not really into Facebook at all, so I'm part of those groups, but I really don't log into Facebook at all to see what's going on in there. But yeah, he does a lot of tag responses. It's always interesting to hear about the things he says. So, yeah, there you go, Maximum RD. And actually, there'll be... No, I was going to say it's the last one, but there is one more person that had the giraffe clock before me. And then we can just pick people at random, I guess. I think that'll be it. Thanks, everyone, for watching. See you all next time. Bye.
You know, come to think of it, the ocean really sucks.